What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Economic Events. Today I'm going to be reading an article from TheVerge.com. Sam Bankman-fried found guilty of fraud. Well, that's a surprise. Who would have guessed that? Sam Bankman-fried, the former cryptocurrency mogul, was recently found guilty on all 7 charges, including wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. I mean, is anybody really surprised by this? I mean, it just seemed like too suspicious. Living out over there, working out over there in the Bahamas is always a red flag to me. That's just my personal opinion. Because, if you're legit, why are you going to be way back there? Why not come over here? Now, I'm not saying everybody who's working out in the Bahamas is not legit. I'm just saying it raises some red flags, suspicion. So, do what you want with that information. The trial revealed a web of fraudulent practices in his management of the crypto exchange, leading to a multi-billion-dollar deficiency caused by misappropriation of customer funds. Again, who's really surprised by that? This guy was out partying with supermodels and doing drugs, whatever you name it. And when you're the CEO/founder of a company, specifically one even the size that FTX was at some point. I mean, they even were paid for the rights to be named for the Miami Heat. Yeah, that's what it was. For a while, it went from American Airlines Center to the FTX arena, FTX Center, whatever it was called. So they had money to blow, and clearly it wasn't their money; it was other people's money. So this guy was out here jet flying and kissing, supermodels and allegedly prostitutes, while everybody else was funding money into that FTX, and it was all a scam. So that's very unfortunate to anybody who fell for this. My heart goes out to you. Hopefully, you learned something out of this, and you're a little bit more cautious going forward. Bankman-fried faces sentencing in March and potential decades in prison. The case highlighted the allegations that FTX was fraudulent from its inception, manipulating figures and granting unauthorized benefits to Alameda Research, his trading firm. That was another weird thing right there. He was, Alameda was his trading firm, and it was doing something like taking out loans for Alameda and backing it by his cryptocurrency, and somehow as he was elevating Alameda trading firm, it was raising up the value of FTX as a coin, which was allowing him to, as FTX's valuation market cap went up, he was able to loan more money and or borrow more money. So it was just a giant Ponzi scheme from the start. It was just the equivalent to you've got $100 here and then you got $100 here. You put that $100 over here, and now you got $200 in here in your left hand, and then your right hand has $0, and then you go ahead and put $50 into your left hand, or back to your right hand, and then you got 150 here, and then you got 50 here. So this is still here, and then it was just keep just going up and up. It was just a whole weird scenario that just you're taking money from here to here, back to here, and all that flipping it around. It was just too chaotic. I'm really surprised that these government officials didn't find this out sooner. But of course, he was donating a bunch of money, and this is public information. He was donating a bunch of money to these, politicians. He was donating to Republicans, Democrats, from what I hear. I think he was donating a lot more to the Democrat side. Do what you want with that information. I'm just putting that out there. That's what he was doing more of. The downfall of FTX commenced after revelations of blurred fund use and the departure of Binance CEO from the exchange. That's kind of what I was mentioning before with the blurred expenses. It wasn't really making sense. You were borrowing from your right hand to put back to your left hand, and from the left hand back to the right hand. It was just a whole situation there, ultimately leading to its bankruptcy. So yeah, Binance ended up becoming bankrupt. Bankman-fried's conduct during the trial, including confrontations with the court, further marred his standing in the crypto industry, and his high-profile status cast a shadow on the industry. Now, let me stop that right there. Just because FTX and Sam Bankman-fried were frauds, it does not mean all of cryptocurrency is fraudulent. I'm sure there are some really good ones that are legitimate, and people are trying to go out there and raise money and make other people around them rich and use their. Of course, if you're using, for example, Coinbase, which Coinbase doesn't really have their own coin or whatever, but if they did, you went ahead and used Coinbase, and the CEO of Coinbase is making money, and you're making money too. Now, you're not making the kind of money that CEO would be making, or owner, but nonetheless, you're making money too. So there's, let's not paint a picture and say that all of cryptocurrency is a scam, because this guy, this scumbag right here, Sam Bankman-fried, was a terrible human being. I don't feel that's right for them to do that. I don't like that. Despite defending himself by claiming failed operations and denying direct involvement in certain damning actions, testimonies from former associates contradicted by his claims, leading to the guilty verdict. That's another thing, is what this guy's talking about, blaming other people for his failed operations and denying direct involvement and all that stuff. His own mother, probably 10 years ago, she wrote a thesis about this, how you should not be able to take self-accountability and all that blame and stuff, and it's like it's all making sense. His mother was writing theses about not taking self-accountability, and her son is following suit on that and thinking it's okay. So it's a terrible parent raising a terrible child, and that terrible child became an adult who did terrible things to innocent people, and that's very unfortunate. His former associate, his ex-roommates and former associates, including Adam Yedidia, whatever their name is, Gary Wing and Caroline Ellison, testified against him and are awaiting sentencing. So they're testifying against him. Let's be honest. I'm sure one way or another they reaped some benefits out of this. So they're testifying against him specifically for the reason to lower their sentences. Meaning, if Sam Bankman-fried is getting 100 years in prison, they're hoping to get 10, 12 years in prison instead, just because they're going out or snitching on him, whatever you want to call them, So that's what they're doing over here. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell, that way you get notifications every time I post a brand new video. I do read all the comments. I try to reply to all of them. I don't always get a chance to, but I do read them all. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.